G'day guys, round 10 of the NRL kicks off on Thursday night with a massive grand final rematch between the Sydney Roosters and the Canberra Raiders. I'll be giving you my tip for this match as well as the entire round throughout this video.
Subscribe to Entertainer. Who's going to win the All-Stars tonight?
So there we go, Thursday night, the grand final rematch between the Sydney Roosters and the Canberra Raiders. Let's have a look at the ins and outs for the side. Bailey Simonson is out for the season, replaced by Jordan Rapana on the wing in the number 5 jersey. As for the Roosters, they'll be again without Daniel Tupou. Matt Ikuvalu will stay in jersey number 2 this weekend. Brett Morris returns in jersey number 5. Really looking forward to the matchup between Luke Keary and Jack Whiten. Havili from the Raiders has moved into the number 9 jersey, so he'll get more experience and game time. Obviously for Josh Hodgson, who is also confirmed to be out for the season. Looking forward to Nat Butcher against Joe Tarpany, battle of those who their main position's not lock, but they're playing at lock. As for the bench, the Raiders have brought back Curtis Scott in jersey number 17, with Sam Williams in jersey 20 in the reserves. And as for the Roosters, Tupanua, Orbison, Lindsay Collins, with Isaac Liu a chance of playing in jersey number 20. I think this game will be close. I think that the Raiders, like we saw against the Storm, will put up a fight. They'll be very vengeful after what happened in the 2019 grand final. I think the Roosters will come away with the chocolates here though. So I'm going to tip the Roosters by 8. I'm going to go with a scoreline of 22-14. And I think the Roosters will be too good, but I think that the Raiders are not exactly a chance here, but I think they'll put in a big fighting effort against the reigning premiers. Next game sees the Melbourne Storm up against the Gold Coast Titans. Ryan Pappenhausen is in another level form over at Melbourne at the moment, so looking forward to seeing more of him. Brian Kelly in the centres against Justin Olam. I think Melbourne will win this match. Let's have a look at the ins and outs. Cameron Munster, named in jersey number 6. He returns. Jerome Hughes and Cameron Munster, in the halves this week against Ash Taylor and Jamal Fogarty. As for the Titans, Brian Kelly is in, who I mentioned. Greg Luciano in jersey number 21. Nathan Peets in jersey number 20. Philip Sammy is back in the side. He is in jersey number 4. I spoke about Cameron Munster. Jesse Bromwich is out and Felice Kaufusi is back. I think Melbourne will win, and I think they'll win quite well. I think the Titans will score 2 or more tries, though. I'll back that as a little bit of a bet for you. I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm by 18 points. I think that Melbourne will win 28 points to 10. I don't see this game being a 40-12 kind of scoreline. I see Melbourne being the side that come away with it, but the Titans always compete quite well with this strong Melbourne team, and yeah, I'll go with Melbourne, and I'll go with Melbourne by 18 points. The next game is at Leichhardt Oval, and it sees the West Tigers, who are coming off a loss to the Rabbitohs, play the Brisbane Broncos, who obviously beat the Bulldogs, and after a lot of straight losses. Tessie New remains in jersey number 1, Asako on the wing. Alex Glenn is out of the side. Elijah Taylor and Josh Reynolds out for the West Tigers. Joe Ofahengawi is on the bench for the Brisbane Bronco. Tom Dearden is in the reserves. He's not on the bench this week. Tom Flegler is in the bench. Michael Cheekham has been named in jersey number 21 for the West Tigers. Tommy Talau is back in the side in jersey number 5. Their halves are Billy Walters and Benji Marshall. There you go. You know what? Got a bad feeling about this game. Luke Brooks he has been dropped, because I heard he's been dropped, but he's playing on the bench in jersey 16, so he's benched. I'm going to tip the Broncos here. I think this is a really outrageous tip, and especially being at Leichhardt Oval. The Tigers deservedly should be favourites, but I think the Bronco, I'm worried how much I read into the game because it was only against the Bulldogs. I think they're going to take a lot of confidence out of this, and they're going to take it into this game. I think they can win it. They have a good record against the Tigers as well. I'm pretty sure they've won about 7 of their last 10 against the Tigers. So I've been all over the Tigers this year, but I think this change is not going to help them. Tommy Talau being back in the side, I see Brisbane coming away with a win here. So I'm going to take Brisbane, and I'm going to take Brisbane 20 points to 14. I think it'll be a real close game. But I think the Broncos, George Illawarra Dragons, who are coming off a 34-4 win over Manly at home. Dragons and the Bulldogs. I feel like you should have picked... I felt the Dragons should have won against the Dogs a couple weeks ago when they've previously played, but obviously the Bulldogs got the win. As for both sides, Remus Smith is out and Jordan Pereira is out. Corbin Sims is in jersey number 21 for the Dragons, with Tristan Saylor in jersey number 19. Jacob Host in the reserves, fighting a little bit of an injury there at the moment. Hopefully he can get back in the side. Jake Averillo has also been dropped into the reserves. So in for the side is Marcelo Montoya. Currid Holland in his jersey. Currid Holland in for Jake Averillo. I'm going to tip the Dragons here. I don't know why, but I think this game could get ugly. This is a really, really weird scoreline. I'm going to take the Dragons not only 13 plus. I'm going to make a prediction now that one team this weekend will be kept scoreless. That's my bold prediction, and I think that team will be the Dogs. I think the Dogs are pretty much a lock at the moment for the wooden spoon, and I'm going to take the Dragons by 22. What does that mean? I'm going to take the Dragons 22 points to 0. Really weird scoreline, but I do see the Dragons winning this game, and I can't see the Bulldogs scoring points. The next game sees the South Sydney Rabbitohs take on the Newcastle Knights at Bankwest Stadium. This should be a really good match. Rabbitohs found a little bit of form last week against the Tigers. I think they've been struggling. The Knights' defence against Manly was good. They didn't have the best game against Parramatta. Let's have a look at the sides. Campbell Graham is out, as well as Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell obviously out of the side. Means that Alex Johnston gets a chance at fullback, which I really like. Daniel Saifidi is a huge loss for mine for the night. Phoenix Crosland is named in jersey number 20. Tex Hoy drops to the reserves in this match. Sione Matadia, Connor Watson, Mitchell Barnett is in for the side off the bench, and Brody Jones is also out. Who am I going to take here? Well, guess what? I think it's a bit of an upset. I think that I'm surprised that they're favourites, because I think that the Knights should be favourites going into this game. But I'm going to take the South Sydney Rabbitohs here. I think the Rabbitohs are going to win this, and I think they're going to win it 26 points to 14. 26-14. I think there'll be quite a few points back and forth, and I think the Rabbitohs come away with the win. I see the Rabbitohs being able to score more points than the Knights, I think. And I think Daniel Saifidi for their side is a huge loss. He's one of their best forwards. You've obviously got the likes of David Clemmer. I'm really looking forward to... Who's David Clemmer against, actually? David Clemmer, Tavita Totola. I'm looking forward to Damien Cook against Andrew McCulloch, because Andrew McCulloch has been in some really good form at Newcastle. So I'm going to tip the Rabbitohs, and I'm going to tip them by 12, but I'm not too confident in this game, but I'll take Souths over Newcastle. Here's the Manly Seagulls take on the Parramatta Eels at Lotto Land. They're going to be very vengeful in this match. And you know what? I was very close to tipping the Seagulls. I can't go past the Eels in the form that we're in. I would not be surprised at all if Manly do win this game. I think they're going to be right up for it. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game as well. I'm going to take Parramatta 18 points to 8. Let's have a look at the team lineup now, because I haven't even had a look. So, Morgan Boyle is out. There's unchanged, really, by the looks of it. Moses isn't in yet. It's unchanged for both sides, really. Yeah, it's basically unchanged. Tavita Funa goes to the reserves. He is not in the starting side, so that's about it. I'm going to take the Eels 18 points to 8. I think that they will be too good for Manly, but I think Manly will be quite vengeful. I can see this game being right down to the wire, but I think a lot of people would be tipping 13 plus as well, but yeah, I think we're a safe bet to win this one. The next game I will be attending, there will be a game day vlog from the New Zealand Warriors taking on the Cronulla Sharks. Let's have a look at the side. I heard Eli Katoa is back, so that's real good for the Warriors. Looking forward to seeing him back in the side. Cody Nikorima is in jersey number 6. He's back, dropping Chanel Harris-Tavita back to the reserves. As for the Sharks, Billy Margulies in jersey number 19. Andrew Fafita is out. That's a big loss, because I think Andrew Fafita has been in some promising form. I'm going to take the Sharks here over the Warriors. I can't trust the Warriors at the moment, even though they are putting good performances in. So what I am going to say is that I think there'll be plenty of points. I think the Warriors will score a couple tries, but I see the Sharks scoring more points. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Sharks by 6. I'm going to go with a scoreline of 24 points to 18. I just think the Sharks have more points than the Warriors. It is at Central Coast, so I'm looking forward to it. Plus, Warriors have been playing really well, but so have Cronulla, and yeah. And the final game of the round sees the Penrith Panthers take on the North Queensland Cowboys. Let's have a look at these team lineup. Charlie Staines obviously out. He's been stood down by the Penrith Panthers. Really does suck there. Scott Drinkwater is out. Not sure if he's been dropped or what's going on. So Mitchell Dunn is going to play in the number 6 jersey. That is a mess of a team right there. I'm sorry. John Asiata in jersey number 21. Jordan McLean in jersey number 20. Justin O'Neill is back. Murray Taulagi in jersey number 18. I really don't like the Cowboys at all this week. I was going to say, look, I'll stay with the tip I had in my head. I'm going to take the Penrith Panthers by 16 points. I'm going to go with a scoreline of 30 points to 14. I think that the Cowboys could even be that team that's kept to nil based on this bloody lineup. Valentine Holmes is looking like he might be out for the season as well. So Hamiso Tibau-Fido is in the fullback role. But I think the Panthers, they've been on a bit of a roll here. I think they should win this game, and I think they'll win quite well. Anyway, guys, those are my round 10 tips. Obviously, my best bets are just killing it. If you've seen my Instagram, massive multi last week off $1 into $200. Josh Kerr anytime. Joel Thompson anytime, who I also got first try scorer. The Dragons to win. They were absolute specials last weekend. And Matt Duff did score a try. This week, my first try scorer for the Roosters and Raiders is Angus Crichton at $19. Felice Kaufusi at $17 for the Storm and the Titans. Tommy Talau for the Tigers and the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos to win, but the Tigers to score the first try. There's a sneaky one. Ewan Aitken at $14. He was the last try scorer last week, I believe, and I think he'll do it again this week with first try scorer. Cameron Murray for the Rabbits and the Knights at $23. I'm going to take Wonga Blake from the Eels at $15 first try scorer. I'm pretty confident, and I like the price of $3 anyway. Sione Katoa for the Sharks and Warriors. I think that getting that ball out to the right wing, Sione Katoa can cross for the first try of the match. And Stephen Crichton for the Panthers and the Cowboys, obvious one there. Ruffy multi for the week at $41. I'm taking the Titans to score more than 7.5 points against that Melbourne defence. I'm taking the West Tigers at halftime, the Broncos at full time. That's paying $10. That's a really good bet there, I think. I'm taking under 37.5 for the Dragons and the Bulldogs. I don't see that game having too many points. The most points I see are probably about 28 to 30. I really can't see it getting past 30-point score. And Sione Katoa at any time. That's paying $41.50. Let's get into your anytime try scorers, and these ones are ones that you've got to check out on the In the Sheds podcast. They do change a bit, but I've won you guys some money, and I've won myself some money, so I'm happy. Nick Kotrick at $2.88. Raiders against the Roosters. I think the Raiders winger crosses for a meat pie. Tanner Boyd. Try to pick a Ruffy Titan against a Melbourne Storm, so I've gone with Tanner Boyd at $8.50. Bit of value there. Massive value here. Corey Oates, he's playing at lock. He looks really comfortable. He scored the first try, I think, last week. Take him as anytime try scorer at $5. Adam Clune for the Dragons. He looks comfortable at half. He's due a try. Back him at $6. James Roberts, he was electric for the Bunnies against the Tigers last week. And I think he can cross again at $3.40. One of my best bets of the week, I think Wonga Blake at $3 is a really insane price as an anytime try scorer. So I'm going to take Wonga Blake to score a try. Cody Nikorima at $5 against the Sharks, and Stephen Crichton at $1.91 against the Cowboys. That's it, guys. Let me know your round tips in the comment. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and definitely check out the In the Sheds podcast, where BKR Sport and I speak to guests and speak weekly about NRL, AFL, Super Rugby. I'm out of here.